Addod Solutions. Add-on desired.
Hello viewers, welcome to Addod Solution Daily Current Affairs. I'm Lokesh Penmunda. This session is mainly designed for aspirants preparing for banking, groups and such other competitive examinations. We cover news articles from both the Hindu and the Indian Express. Make use of this session. First, we have an article where it is stated the IGST is waived off on the imports relating to the COVID relief material. So, what is this IGST? IGST stands for Integrated Goods and Services Tax. So, if you are exporting or importing any material, then this IGST will be levied. So, if you are exporting or importing any material, then the IGST would be levied. And also, the IGST would be levied on interstate goods and services transport or supply. So, let's say a pen is being produced in the state of Gujarat, and this pen, after being produced here, it is sent to the state of Maharashtra and it is being sold here. Then the IGST would be applicable in this case also. So, what you need to understand is that the integrated goods and services taxes will be applicable in three cases. In the first case, it will be applicable on the sales of goods or services on materials of interstate. Next, if you are exporting something, this IGST would be levied, and if you are importing something, this IGST will be levied. So, what is this integrated GST? It is like a tax. It is a tax levied on all the products which are exported, which are imported, which are sold in different state, in which it was not produced. So, it is a tax. And now what we are seeing is that the IGST or the tax which is generally levied on COVID related material are waived off. So, the taxes relating to import of COVID related material, that may be oxygen concentrators, that may be raw materials for COVID vaccine, that may be other supplies. So, the tax on these materials is waived off. That means there will be 0% tax. So, earlier if you have a 10% tax, then for every 100 rupees of importing material, you might have to pay 10 rupees extra. Then the total cost would be 110 rupees. Whereas once the government has waived off this tax, if it is 0, now you would not have to pay any tax. So, you have to pay only 100 rupees. So, by this, the government is trying to support the people who are trying to import this material. And also you should note that the IGST on the exports is 0 rated. The IGST on the exports is 0 rated. That is, if you are exporting something, the IGST would be applicable on this. But you should note that the IGST which is applicable is 0%. So, technically, you are not asked to pay any tax for exporting some material. Next, we have an article where the Australian cricketer has reallocated the donation he has given to India to the UNICEF. So, what is this UNICEF? UNICEF stands for United Nations International Children Emergency Fund. So, United Nations International Children Emergency Fund. This was set up in the year 1946. So, we know that the World War has ended in the 1944-45. So, when they have the World War in Europe, many people have lost their lives and the children are most affected due to this World War. So, to help children in their education and in their health, the UNICEF organization was set up, and later the word international and emergency were removed. So, currently the UNICEF means the United Nations Children's Fund, though its acronym is still UNICEF. Next, we have an article dealing with the One Health approach. So, what do you mean by One Health approach? In the image, you can see that the One Health approach includes the environmental health, the human health, and the animal health. So, what we can understand from this image is One Health means bringing or implementing policies that will deal with all the related health aspects. So, only when the environment is healthy, only when the animals in general are healthy, only in this case can you expect the human population to be healthier. So, the One Health approach brings in a comprehensive health approach. This is the One Health approach where you will not only take care about human health, but also you will take care about the environmental health and the animal health. And also in this article, there is a day which is mentioned. This is the World Veterinary Day. You should note that the World Veterinary Day is observed every year on April 24th. So, this is the significant information from this article. Next, we have an article where 7 Myanmar refugees who have entered India illegally were asked by the Manipuri court to approach the UNHCR office in the Delhi. So, what is this UNHCR? The UNHCR stands for United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. So, by the name you can understand that this is an organization that will deal with the refugees. So, this is an organization that intends to support the refugees, that intend to promote and safeguard the rights of refugees. And also, as we are talking about the UNHCR, we should know about a index or a report being provided by the UNHCR every year. This report is called as the Global Trends Report. So, what does this Global Trends Report deal with? It will deal with the number of international refugees. So, it will deal with the number of international refugees, the number of people who are displaced internally. So, it will deal with both the international refugees and the internal refugees, and also it will deal with the stateless people. So, by the Global Trends Report, the UN High Commissioner for Refugees provides the number of people who are internally refugees, who are international refugees, and who are stateless people in the world. And you should note that the UNHCR was established way back in the 1950, and its headquarters is in Geneva, which is the capital of Switzerland. And also you should note that the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees has brought in a day called as World Refugee Day. And this World Refugee Day is observed every year on June 20th. On June 20th, we observe the World Refugee Day. Next, we have an article where the New Zealand Prime Minister, Miss Ardern, has stated that the differences with China are now harder to reconcile. So, we'll see where the New Zealand country is. New Zealand exists in the South Pacific Ocean, and it is bordering with the maritime border country of Australia. You can see in this image where New Zealand is, and you can see where Australia is. The capital of New Zealand is Wellington. Next, we have an article where it is stated that a Tanzanian diplomat has died in India due to COVID-19. We'll see where the country Tanzania is located. Tanzania is an East African nation. You can see here, it is an East African nation and it is lying in the Indian Ocean region, and it is bordering the countries of Mozambique, Zambia, Burundi, Uganda, Rwanda and Kenya. The capital of Tanzania is Dodoma. Next, it is stated a German philosopher, Mr. Jürgen Habermas, you can see in this image, has refused a UAE prize. So what is the UAE? UAE stands for United Arab Emirates. It is a Middle Eastern country, and you can see the UAE country here, and you can also see the capital of UAE, which is Abu Dhabi. So what is the prize Mr. Habermas has refused from the UAE? This prize is called as Sheikh Zayed Book Award. So you should note that the Sheikh Zayed Book Award is given by the country UAE, and it was refused by Mr. J. Habermas. Next, we have a sports related article where Mr. Magnus Carlsen, who is relating to the field of chess, has won a title called as champion title. Next, we have an article dealing with the field of sport, and it is stated that Mr. Magnus Carlsen, who is the current world chess champion, he is the world chess champion presently, and he has won a title called as Nguyen Chess Classic Championship. So the award he has won is called as Nguyen Chess Classic Rapid Championship or Rapid title. So this is one more award he has won recently. Next, we have an article where we can see Miss Pranati Nayak has qualified for the Tokyo Olympics. So what is the field or sport Miss Pranati Nayak is related to or associated with? This is related to the field of gymnastics. So Miss Pranati Nayak is related to the field of gymnastics, and also she has won a bronze award or a bronze medal in the Asian Artistic Gymnastic Championship, and she is currently qualified to participate in the Tokyo Olympics. This is with respect to this article. Next, it is stated that the shuttler and world badminton champion Miss PV Sindhu along with Miss Michael Lee are appointed as ambassadors, sport related ambassadors for the Believe in Sports campaign. So it is a Believe in Sports campaign. So what is the objective of this Believe in Sports campaign? The objective is to prevent the competition manipulation. So this is the objective of bringing in the Believe in Sports campaign. And who brought this campaign? This campaign was brought by the IOC, that is the International Olympics Committee. And also you should note that the same persons, that is Miss PV Sindhu and Miss Michael Lee, are also appointed as ambassadors for the Badminton World Federation's campaign of I Am Badminton. So there is one more campaign called as I Am Badminton, and this campaign was brought by the Badminton World Federation, and both the women we have discussed earlier are also the global ambassadors for this campaign. So we have two campaigns from or by different associations, but we have same people being the global ambassadors for both these campaigns. And with this, we have come to the end of this session. Inform about Addod's initiative to your other aspirant friends. Thank you.
Addod solutions. Add-on desired.